Hey guys, what's going on? Cameron here with the Lawn Care Life in Missouri. I appreciate you stopping by the channel. If you're new to the channel, hey, thanks a lot. Hit that like button if you enjoy the videos. If you want to see more content, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll be notified when future videos come out. If you're returning to the channel and you've been here before, you guys know me. You guys know what the channel is all about. I appreciate the continued support, but enough talking, man. Let's dive right in to today's video. All right, guys, are you ready for this? Day 2 of the GIE Expo, and it is demo day. So it's a little cloudy, hoping it doesn't rain, but feels nice. It's comfortable weather out here. Here it is, man. The outdoor demo area. Here we are, the Ventrac booth. All right, I guess I'm running the Ventrac booth this morning because you know what? I don't see anybody from Ventrac here. Look at this. I'm in the booth. It's empty. Nobody's here. Got an area over here for the power raking, it looks like. That's cool. Look at this. A lot of guys have been talking about this attachment right here. 4500Z. They even left a drink on there for you from Jimmy John's in case you guys get thirsty. I don't know that I'd drink out of it though. Looks like we got a sod cutter. We got the wide area mower. Look at that dude. Ventrac booth. Got the power rake. Ventrac 4520Z. There it is. It has the new power rake KG 540 on it. And look at this. A little demo area so you can do a little power raking. We got over here the SSV. If you guys are into snow, that right there is going to be a game changer for your business. Ventrac SSV, got the LEDs on there. Look at this. Oh yeah. But look at this. No key. Now how are we going to try these things out without a key, Ventrac? Come on, man. We got the new chains on here. A lot of guys have been saying they've been running chains for a long time, but it's a new accessory from Ventrac. Got the nice cab over here. Look at this. This thing's hard. It's very, very solid. Can't move it. It's got a fan in here. That's an option if you want a fan. I mean, if you're gonna get a cab on your Ventrac, you definitely got to get a fan. And then this is the 4500Z, so this is gonna be the similar model, except it has the suspension seat with the armrest. So, got the armrest on there on this particular model. I don't have the armrest. Mine's a 4500K, so that means I had the 31 horsepower Vanguard engine. This one has a little different engine. And then the 72-inch fine cut flail mower. It's the MW 720. I have not tried out the new flail mower, but I guarantee you, man, that's something right there that would really work well in Missouri because we got a lot of tall grass, a lot of overgrown lots. A lot of people just don't take care of their properties. Not a lot of saplings, and you know, on some properties that need to be cut out or knocked down. But for the tall grass that I've been mowing, they say this leaves a really, really nice finish. So it'd be nice to try that out someday. It's the wish list, right? Everybody's got a Ventrac wish list. Now, this is the 4520Y. It has the bucket on there with the teeth. So you can dig into the dirt a little bit and get some work done. Got a pile of dirt over here for you guys. And then we'll hop over here to the Ventrac 4500Y. It has the slip scoop on it as well. Walk around here. It's got the little strobe light on top so you guys can be seen. But here is the Ventrac 4500Y slip scoop. Look at this, 4520. And this is happening all day long at the GIE. Planes flying over. But I guess I'm about to open this booth up and try all these machines out before the guys from Ventrac get here, because I don't know if they're gonna show up. They must have had a late night, man. This one's got the 3-point hitch on the back, so if you wanna put an attachment on there, you can do that. But the cool thing I like about the 4520, it has the blacked out rims. Got the blacked out rims. And then instead of, so on the 4500, well, let's just take you over here to the 4500. I'll show you guys real quick. So everything is kind of on the steering wheel, the dashboard. You have your PTO, you have your lights over here, you have your gauge over here. Everything's kind of right there. And then on the right side of the 45 or a 4500, you have your cup holder with the little storage area. But they've kind of changed things up on the 4520. Instead of everything being up here, you have your gas gauge here, and you got your temperature gauge, you got your RPMs, digital monitor there. But instead of everything being right here, PTO switch, lights, everything's over here on the right side. You don't have the console to flip up to store things in there now, but that's just how they have it set up now. Everything's on the right side. Man, these seats are wet. I can't be sitting on here on a wet seat. Somebody's gonna have to dry this thing off, man. I can't be walking around with the wet pants all day long. Another thing, I'm just messing with you guys, kinda. Another thing, this lever right here, they made it a little bit more stiff.
Here's kinder.
I'm trying to pull on it. Woo, it takes a little bit of work to pull on that dude, but you got to pull on it a little bit harder. Thing that I had running the 4500, so I put my wallet in my side pocket, and when I do, and I lean over a little bit, I kind of push this to the side. I'm hoping the way it's locked in now, and if I lean over, I won't hit it as much. I don't know, may not even help the issue out or not, but it's a lot harder. So when you're moving that control back and forth, because when you're running this machine, you're constantly moving this lever, look, forward and backwards. When you move it forward and backwards, sometimes when it's in the float position, you know, and you're moving it forward and backwards, you can pop it out of float. And when you do that, you know, of course your attachment's gonna go crazy on you and lift or whatever. So making that lever is what I'm getting at, making it a little bit more stiff where it doesn't accidentally pop out. I like that a whole lot better. Look, they were telling me this is for overseas, like regulations for the attachment to keep the hydraulics in a lock position. It's an option for the US models, but it doesn't come standard on the US models. So if you want to add that, that's something extra. They got the foot pedal down there. So if you guys are used to running things with your foot instead of with your hand, you can opt for the foot model or the foot control here. So when you push this down, the lever is going to move. So you push it down, lever moves forward, lever moves backwards. You can use the foot, use the hand, whichever one's more comfortable for you. That's pretty cool. But hey, the new power rake, look, KG 540. That's what I use in Missouri. It does driveways extremely well. It tears up dirt and grass very, very well. And so, yeah, I really like the power rake. Look, they put 4 LEDs on the front now. So they say 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. So it's loud over here next door, man. You got 4,000 lumens, I believe is what it is, on the 4 LED lights, like total will be like 4,000, or like 1,000 each. So the old school 4500, I'll show you those lights. I mean, they're decent, they work, but these lights are going to be a whole lot better. Here's the old style. You just have the 2 lights in the front. So that's what I run. I've ran at night. It works well with the 4500, but I'm interested to see, because I got a lot of large properties I take care of, and I can run at night because it's a very rural area. There's nobody around. Hey, I get those 4 LEDs on there, that'd be a game changer, man. I'd be able to run that thing, like, have a night crew, man. The Ventrac night crew mowing, and just turn the LED lights on and get to get to work. But here's the Ventrac outdoor demo area. I'll be hopefully I'll be showing you guys the Ventrac in action here before long. So stick around, stay tuned, and we'll crank some of this equipment up. Uh-oh, we got some activity in the Ventrac booth. We got some guys over here. We got Andy over here strolling in late. You have a late night? Did you have a late night?
No.
What's up, man?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Now this guy right here, he avoided me all day yesterday. Hold on a second here. He hasn't woke up yet. Now this guy right here, he avoided me all day yesterday. He walked circles around me, checking out all the equipment.
You got a stalker.
Now what equipment were you checking out yesterday?
I was checking out the Toro equipment, largely Ventrac.
Okay.
You know, I'm very, very interested in seeing how this new tractor performs.
Yeah.
I've been waiting a long time.
Yeah.
So far, I haven't been in the seat, but I think it's worth the wait.
Awesome.
I've been screaming for better hydraulic lift.
Yeah, sure.
More capacity.
Okay.
Snappier lift. Seems like we got that.
Oh, okay.
And now I'm going to get my butt into one of these wet seats here.
I know, right?
And see what it'll do.
Let's see what it'll do. Now, how long have you been like with Ventrac? How long have you been?
Since 2001. I started using Ventracs in 01. I had a company, Fry Tree Landscaping.
Okay.
And I ran 3 tractors for 13 years.
Oh, wow.
In my business.
Yeah.
But I started selling them in 03 because I knew, hey, I'm into something very special here.
Yeah, sure.
So I started selling them 2 years after I started operating tractors. So we've been into them for a long time.
For a long time then, yeah. So you've seen the changes over the years.
Every change.
And you've seen all the new attachments that they've come out with.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I've actually been a bit involved in some of the attachments and kind of some feedback and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like you are now.
Sure. This is real cool.
There's a lot of great products out there. I don't think there's anything better for the landscaper.
Yeah.
Wow. We sell a lot of homeowners too.
Oh yeah.
Municipalities, colleges, the landscaper. There's just so many attachments now. A lot of companies have attachments, things that hook up.
Sure.
But Ventrac doesn't. They don't turn anything loose to the public until it's really proven and it works. I don't know of anything that I've used that hasn't been top notch and really worked well. That's what they've always done. I think better than anybody else. I really do.
Yeah.
And I think this is like the base machine that every landscaping company has to have.
Yeah.
Has to have.
Because you can just use it. You can just use it in so many different applications. And I started following Ventrac years ago, and I just noticed the attachments that they had, and like he's saying, and I just noticed over the years, just in the short period of time that I've been kind of following Ventrac, of what they go through and the process, and just how they just create those attachments, man. They spend a lot of time, they're very detailed, and when they come out with a new attachment, it works exactly like they want it to. It works really good in the field, and that's just something you don't see, you know, with every company that's out.
That's true. And if they do have an issue, and I've seen that, they pull it back and they do it right.
Yeah, that's
they
right.
are just great at correcting any problems they might have. It's very few, but they've been a great company. Ryan Steiner's the head engineer at Ventrac, great guy. Comes from his bloodline. They just live and breathe engineering.
Right, sure.
And they're good people. His dad was Roy Steiner, one of the original brothers, the original inventors. And they're great. I know them all. They're just wonderful people. And they really care. That's the thing about this company. It's kind of still like a family, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Even though Toro owns it, Toro's left them alone. And they still run it the way they always did. It's like a family.
And that's kind of interesting that he's saying this, because I know, what was it, 2 years ago that Toro bought the Ventrac line? Is that right?
Yep,
About 2 years ago? So everybody was sending me messages because I'm involved with Toro. I ran Toro equipment for like 17 years. So everybody was sending me questions, you know, what's going to happen whenever Toro buys out Ventrac? Is the company just going to go under? Is it just going to go to the wayside? Are they going to quit producing attachments and new stuff like that? But as you can see out here, man, they've got the new 4520. They've got the new tractor, the new attachments, and they just keep on improving and you know, just keep on making things better.
Well, you know, I go way back with, like I said, with Ventrac, but also Boss. So a few years back, we switched everybody in the Morgantown area, like almost 3 states, over to Boss.
Oh wow!
So then all of a sudden, Toro bought Boss.
Okay.
And I'm standing there, thinking, oh my gosh, what in the heck's going to happen?
Sure.
Nothing negative anyhow.
Yeah, sure.
It's remained the same.
Okay.
So I wasn't as worked up as most people got.
That's
when
right.
Toro bought Ventrac.
Yeah.
Thank God, or I'd probably had a stroke, you know. Because
Right.
I love Ventrac.
Yeah.
But they've really not been a problem. Toro's not been a problem in any way. Everything's remained the same. And they've come out with some new attachments. Actually, you know, since Toro, you know, the flail mower, and we're still waiting for a couple things there, but that's all right. I run them. I love them. That fast cut flail, I just love that thing. And the fine cut for the right application, it's fantastic. You know, the boom mower is a while back, but a lot of great equipment. My favorite, the power rake right there.
Oh, yeah.
It's always, that was my bread and butter.
Sure.
When I was a landscaper, we used to lay a lot of sod, do a lot of lawn renovations. I mean, huge projects. And we had Harley rakes on our skid steers. I had 5 skid steers.
Okay. And
when this little thing came along, this power rake, I thought, oh my gosh, I could get into the tight areas that we were hand raking. And then we found out a lot of times if a bigger machine wasn't available, we were doing large areas with the Ventrac too.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't doing as big an area as fast as an 8-foot Harley rake.
Sure.
But I'll tell you what, it was pretty good, and it was a lot easier for the average operator to run. When you run the skid steer to get your depth, you're always tipping up and down.
Sure.
And that's tough for an operator to catch on to with the Ventrac. You just put it where you want it and go. And anybody can just blindly and mindlessly run this thing. And I do that sometimes when I'm tired.
That's cool that he's talking about the power rake, because that was the one attachment that I wanted to try out with the Ventrac line, because I do a lot of mowing, but I'm wanting to I'm getting a little older, and the mowing's a little rough on your body, and I'm wanting to move to maybe some easier work, some more profitable work. And the power rake, man, it fits that just perfect. Lawn renovations, driveway renovations, it's just amazing attachment that you can use. And like he was saying, man, it just works so well.
My favorite attachment, the power rake, #1, was always #1 for me.
Yeah.
I loved everything, but we could throw a power rake on, and you can make so much money. Not to mention driveway renovation. It's become. I just sold one the other day to a big package to a guy, and I spend a lot of time when I deliver product and making sure the operator knows how to run the product. That's the key. It really is.
Absolutely.
We renovated a big driveway. It was washed out terribly, and the thing it just never ceases to amaze me. I thought this guy's going to need gravel. When I left there, it looked great. No gravel. You know, in as many years as I've done this, I really thought he was going to need stone.
Sure.
Didn't need any gravel. He was amazed. Of course, he bought the package.
Oh yeah.
Not to beat it too hard for the power rake, but that is, in my opinion, the most amazing attachment that Ventrac's ever come up with. And they copied the Harley rake, which was the best rock rake on the market.
That's right.
The best. It doesn't.
They had it for a long time, and it worked really well.
It'll work well. That's the thing. Here's another thing about the power rake. It'll work very well in wet soil conditions. There were many days that I went out that I couldn't run a bobcat with a Harley rake. Sure. It would just tear up and sink and mess up. The Harley on which is our power rake on the Ventrac, you could get out there when it was maybe a day where you would have to send everybody home, relocate your job site, and just run a few passes and start drying it up with this rake. Basically, had a little dry soil to mix in, and all of a sudden you're up and running again.
It's a profitable day.
It just makes a huge difference.
Yeah,
it really does.
Instead of telling your workers to stay at home, you know, like a lot of us lawn care guys do when it's too wet to mow, you can use this Ventrac equipment, and that's what I've been doing. When it's too wet to mow, I'll take the tough cut out, I'll start knocking down some tall grass, or maybe doing some brush work, or like he's saying, you take out the power rake. You know, I ran into 2 guys yesterday, and they were talking about the power rake, and they were talking about the Ventrac, and just how the Ventrac just doesn't tear up the ground. Like if you had a skid steer with the Harley rake and you try to get in a real nice area where you're kind of limited, you want to make this area look good, but over here you don't want to damage any turf. That Ventrac, you can just sneak in there and get the job done without tearing up anything. So
with a bobcat, many times, track machine or rubber tire machine, you're working against yourself.
Sure. You're
tearing up more than you fix.
That's right.
And with the Ventrac, it's just not the case. Now we always went one step further. I always had a 3-point hitch on my machine with a 3-in-1 adapter, and I put a power bucket on. They used to be called a slip scoop.
Sure.
I put a power bucket on the rear, and man, all of a sudden, eventually, if you're in real rocky soil like we have in West Virginia, big rocks, and honestly, I will throw rocks this big to the side or this small to the side. It doesn't matter. you can't hardly hurt the machine. So once your windrows of rock get too big to be effectively be able to move, you just whip around with that power bucket on the rear, scoop that rock up. If you have a low place, lose it in the low place, run it up the back of a dump trailer in your dump trailer, whatever. And if you have a low place, run to your topsoil pile with your power bucket on the rear, grab a couple buckets, drop it into your low place, swing around, drop your power rake and level. It's just, I mean, it's turnkey. It's so fast. It's so much faster than the Bobcat. Again, you would have to take your Harley rake off the Bobcat. Right. Go hook up a bucket, come back and do that. So in many cases, even though we're smaller, we're way more effective. And visibility, oh my gosh. Visibility to the rear. I mean, you're on the Bobcat, you're feeling your way back. Yeah, there's no visibility. I mean, if you want to look at anything behind you, forget it. But it's interesting that he's saying this because I've done a few power raking jobs. I'm kind of new to the power rake, but I've noticed sometimes you pick up those bigger rocks and it's like, what do you do with them? But if you have the bucket, that's the key, man. If you have the bucket, you just scoop them up, put them, you know, move them wherever you need to. So that's a good tip. Oh, it's so effective. It's just, it's so effective. This gentleman's going to run one now. Uh-oh, let's check it out. I do love the power rake. Let's see what he does with it. Now, this is a new model. I had very little exposure to it. We got 4 in the other day, and I ran one for a little while. Nice. And I can't wait to get back home and run it some more. What I think this model is going to do is if you're doing a very steep hill and you're coming off and it transitions to a flat rapidly, the old power rake, you would lose all your stone right in the transition point. Okay. And then you had to go back and try to pick angles. With this one, you can actually drop this drum hydraulically into the dip and clean it out as you're moving forward. I think once you get good on this thing, it's going to be a very effective tool, even more effective than the old power rake by far. Awesome.
$10,000. All right, guys, I appreciate you watching the video. I hope you enjoyed the content. Like I said before, if you do like the content and you want to subscribe and be notified of future videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell so you'll be notified of all the upcoming videos. But thanks again for watching. I'm Cameron with the Lawn Care Life in Missouri. Hope you guys are having a good day, man. And as always, hey, God provides.